Um, I am Fred Light. I am coordinator of the paramedic programs at Northern Lakes College. I'm here to present at this virtual open house about the paramedic programs, both the primary care paramedic and the advanced care paramedic. Getting into the primary care paramedic, we provide a full-time blended delivery. It's a combination of face-to-face, so our on-sites where you do your hands-on experience. You take blood pressures, you take blood glucose, you do other skills to get the hands-on experience, and then the distance aspect. So from the Bright Space and Bongo, there's weekly classes held.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
And they are recorded. So if you're unable to attend, say that it's a 9 a.m. class, you work at 9 a.m. till 4, then you're able to listen to the class afterwards so that you keep up with the coursework. So in the primary care paramedic, it's a full year. So it starts in September and it ends in August. So in term 1, the fall term, that is your September to December. So you take your anatomy and physiology, your primary care paramedic foundations, an English course, intro to English, and as well as your pre-hospital care foundations. In the second term, so the winter term, term 2, is January to April. So you take your primary care foundations 2, you take a university course called health education, you take pathophysiology, and then pharmacology. In term 3, from May till June, that is your primary care paramedic practicum. So that's usually the time that we put you into a hospital placement to get you that experience in the ER. And then in term 4, the summer term, July till August, that's your primary care paramedic practicum. That's your final practicum. You've gathered all the information you can, and now it's time for you to show your skills on an actual ambulance and do tours with an actual crew. So the admission requirements, you need credits in the following courses. So your biology, at least 60%, or an A&P of 50%, or an A&P at 60%, depending on if you have an equivalent, then through your admissions, we'd figure that out. Also, your Englishes are very handy in this job, as well as we do have what's called an AccuPlacer. So you're assessed by your English equivalency if you don't have those specific courses. And then the same with the math. Math is very important in what we do. If English is a second language for you, refer to the International Student Information for Fluency requirements. Applicants may be required to hold an interview with the program coordinator, which is yours truly right here. The primary care paramedic, you must be at least 18 years of age at the time of program completion. Proof of a valid driver's license, a current CPR card. You will need a criminal record and vulnerable sector check prior to your practicum. Immunization records, core computer skills, so know how to run a computer. Students are required to have a mobile device with a screen no smaller than 9 inches for the CompTracker competency tracking software. So this is, you do a skill and then we sign it off online. I've seen iPads, I've seen Androids, I've seen iPhones. So, usually people have the hardware to do these things. And then students must have a reliable high-speed internet access and a mobile device compatible with student technology requirements, which is not really an issue nowadays. As the program and its total cost is $7,739. That includes the full year. There will be extra costs. You do get uniforms with the program, but you will need boots. And then there's other expenses such as housing and lodging that you may incur. Many job opportunities throughout Canada and especially in Alberta. Very short on staff in the industry, so there's plenty of opportunities to get hired. And then your starting wage would be $27 to $34 an hour. The Advanced Care Paramedic program is 68 weeks, so it's a 2-year program. It's a full-time blended delivery. It's a combination, again, like the PCP program. There's the face-to-face. On-sites are in Slave Lake, Alberta, and students are able to get simulated hands-on experience while on the on-sites. The distance portion, again, each course will have approximately 1 class a week. Brightspace is what we use in order to show you when the classes are, and Bongo is what we use to do our presentations, which I'm currently using. They are held live and recorded. So if you do have to work, some people going in the Advanced Care Paramedic program work as PCPs, so you can watch the recordings. As long as you don't fall behind, you should be okay. The first year of medic school, your term 1, your September to December, you take your anatomy and physiology if you haven't already. You take your paramedic foundations and care of the trauma patient. You take pharmacology as well as advanced emergency care for the medical patient. In term 2, the winter term, January till April, you take advanced cardiac care for paramedics, advanced pulmonary care for paramedics, so that deals with problems with the respiratory system and breathing, gynecological, obstetrical, and neonatal care for paramedics, and then also you take research and sociology or study of society in that winter term. In term 3, your spring term, May till June, that's when you go out and you do your intermediate practicum. So your ambulance practicum, kind of gather the skills you've learned so far and get a taste of what it's like to work as a paramedic. In the second year of medic school, so your term 1 again starts in September. That will be your advanced skills, para 37, and special populations. So we get more into the critical care of the scope of the paramedic. You take your paramedic practicum, so that's your hospital practicum. We place our students in emergency rooms, operating rooms, labor and delivery, as well as ICUs to get a full experience and knowledge about those types of environments. And then you take the paramedic development as well in that term. Term 2, the winter term, January till April. That's your final practicum. That's when you gathered all the skills from the last year and a half, and now it's time for you to go out in the street and practice those skills and do them well to be signed off and pass. And then also in that term, psychology is taken for the healthcare professional. I apologize for this. So as an advanced care paramedic, you'll need a PCP certificate or a current PCP registration with the Alberta College of Paramedics. You'll need your biology 30 and or A&P or a biology equivalent, your English, both 1 and 2. Oh, it says 1 or 2. Or an assessed equivalence. We do have AccuPlacer, so for our more mature students, haven't been to school for a bit, not sure where you're at or you qualify, we have options for you there. And then your maths or an equivalent to that. You must submit all post-secondary transcripts upon application. Other requirements: proof of your certificate or a transcript from your training institution, a copy of your CPR card. CPR is required, preferably heart and stroke. Proof of a valid driver's license, also a criminal record check in vulnerable sector. It says within 90 days of providing proof to the program. It needs to be done prior to your first practicum. So your intermediate practicum would start in May. An immunization record, core computer skills, and good physical, emotional, and mental health in order to meet with the physical, psychological demands of the role. I find that very important just because it is a very demanding job. And then an Apple iPad, an iPhone, Android, all works with the CompTracker competency tracking software. So your first year is going to set you back about $8,984.50. And your second year, about $5,688. There is extra cost, just your housing and food and all that kind of stuff that you have to consider. You do get uniforms with your enrollment fees and all that. But students will require boots and those such of things in order to be successful and safe in the job. Job opportunities, there's tons. There's lots of work out there for you. And then your starting wage would be $34 up to about $43 per hour. Fun course. We have lots of fun in it. And yeah, we're always needing more paramedics out there. So if anybody's interested, you can always email me. My email phone number is on the website, and reach out if you have any questions. Thank you very much.